Hey, what's going on, y'all? So think about this. Have you ever gotten like a bill that you had to pay the bill, otherwise you're gonna get some sort of penalty, like late fees, or maybe it's gonna go to collections or something like that, or maybe you've gotten like taken a high school or college class, and if you didn't do well on a certain test, you're going to fail the whole class, anything like that, any sort of really, really kind of urgent matter that kind of put like a fire under your butt. Um, it's a lot of different kind of situations that we come across in life where, you kind of have that urgency, like you got to do this right now. Well, I contend that your health is one of those types of things, especially if you live in the United States like we do. So think about this. We often fail to put urgency on the reaching of our various health and fitness goals. And I believe that's why we fail so much. Even when I just mentioned the whole thing about being in danger of like failing a class or something like that, I recall when I was in engineering school that I took a class called Electronics 2. It doesn't really matter what it's called here because it doesn't have anything to do with health and fitness, but I'm making a point. That was the hardest class of my life. High school, I did very well. I worked hard, but I mean, I did very well in high school. When I took that class, or when I took multivariable calculus, these classes really made me work. I got to a point in the electronics class where I was literally failing every quiz, and we would do quizzes like every other class. I think the class was twice a week. And I would fail every single quiz. It would only be like one or two problems on the quiz. So like you basically, if you messed up on one, you already failed. That class made me dig really deep. What happened was I started to, not that I didn't do this in college before, but I really started to visit my teacher's class. I really started to, I mean, not his class, his office, to go and ask him about different kind of problems and whatnot. I dug in deeper with my studying habits. Why? Because I had a sense of urgency. I did not want to fail a college class. I mean, not just failure being distasteful, but scholarship money is on the line. And my like graduating on time, that's on the line as well. And so that made me dig deep. What I contend is you need to create a sense of urgency. Create a sense of urgency around your health, even if it has something to do with like you having a weight loss goal. If you're like a millennial, like I am, or maybe you're older, maybe you're Gen Z. Millennials right now are at least 29. Um, I think Gen Z is at least like 45. So I'm a millennial. Anyhow, if you're in that age group and you've been needing to lose weight for a while, there is an urgency around that. And I don't mean this to scare you, but carrying too much weight, for years and years, this is having a negative effect on your body. How, you may ask? This is because um, carrying too much weight puts more stress on your joints. This is because carrying a lot of weight um, increases inflammation, especially if you're dealing with that visceral fat. So it increases inflammation in the organs that are around where that visceral fat is, which is not good. Chronic inflammation is really the not good thing. Um, what else? Extra fat can mess up your other hormones and stuff like that, like just kind of cause your sex hormones to be out of balance and various things. And so, especially when this goes on for a long period of time, this is whenever we really have issues. So it's not even just a matter of you not looking the way you want to look. I mean, even carrying extra fat, it stretches your skin and whatnot, and potentially as you get older, it can be a little harder to lose that skin, especially depending on how your diet is. Your skin loses its elasticity over time. So anyway, these things we don't treat as urgencies. But if it was just like, hey, you need to pay this bill or you're gonna get kicked out of your house or your lights gonna get turned off or you need to pass this class. I mean, you need to pass this test so you can pass this class. If you don't pass it, you're going to fail the class. Um, just think about just the feeling that you get whenever there's an urgency like that. And I understand it can almost seem like you're being negative, but no, you have to somehow manufacture a sense of urgency. Otherwise, you keep on kicking the can on things that are really important. And the thing we're talking about is your health. It is an urgency for you to lose excess weight. It is an urgency for you to build muscle since unused muscle it goes away very quickly as you age, especially the older you are and the more inactive you are. These are urgencies, you know. So my question to you is how can you create a sense of urgency around your health? How can you do that? Because if you do, if and you really that'll help you to really lock in and reach your goals sooner rather than later, which is important because being healthy is not just like a novelty. It's not like, oh, that would be nice. No, that really sets the course for your whole life if you think about it. If you're not healthy, if you don't have your health, how like how do you live life? You know what I mean? Because even if I get like a cold or something like that, that makes me think about how valuable it is just to feel good. So we just minimize stuff so much. We let these issues kind of go on, and we're not because we don't have a sense of urgency around our health. But my question to you is, how can you create an urgency around your health? Let me know what you guys think. And if you've done this already, let me know in the comments. All right. If you're 35 to 50 years old and wanting to lose weight, get stronger, and become more athletic, but you keep finding yourself hitting roadblocks like aches and pains, stuck at the same weight, lack of motivation, even wondering if your fitness goal is impossible to reach, I got something for you. My exclusive fitness support consists of my daily fitness mindset mornings every weekday morning, where I teach you the mindset that fit people use to achieve high levels of health and fitness, and where you can ask me your specific health and fitness questions so that you can finally get unstuck. You also get access to my video workout library, as well as my fat loss workbook, fitness journal, and other helpful fitness related downloads we have available on our Patreon. If that sounds good to you and you're ready to change your mind so that you can finally change your body, your health, and your life, join us now at patreon.com/Sean B2B Fitness.